Hey YouTube, just here. Quick video, not quick, 30 minutes or so, on the raw cards that I've been picking up over the last 6 months. The first part will be cards that I actually have prepped. They've been cleaned, they're in card savers and ready to go whenever PSA opens up at the right level. And this is a little into my mindset of the stuff I'm collecting and where I think people are eventually going to be in 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. Because I'm willing to hold the cards for that long. Enjoy. Here we go. The cards that I'm submitting to PSA once the prices get right. Most of these are going to need to be at the 15 to 20. Some of them can support a higher submission rate. Shaquille O'Neal, Ultra, insert. I've submitted these before. They go for about $7 a card raw. Game team members only. You gotta look for the members only here. The backs are the same. These will run you 95 to 150. Got this one from the same seller. He was auctioning off his whole set. Ewing had to come in the members only set. I really like these. PSA 9s go for about 55 bucks. Oops. This is hard to find clean copies of that. Players Club, we've talked about these before. Just all colored edges, it's hard to find. Super clean. Players Club Jordan with Shaq, I really like this. And PSA 9 just went for about 50 bucks. Which is respectful. I think the 9 should be worth more. I've bought a lot of raws and they're tough. Great action photo. This is platinum. So maybe we can show the difference. So the platinums actually say platinum. And then they have this the shine on them is harder to see. But I mean, here it's easier to see. It's a different chromium finish. These are 50, 75 bucks raw. One per box. And every player has one, so it takes you 150 boxes to pull the one you want. I think these are much rarer. I mean, if you're only getting this Jordan card, one per every 150 boxes. Sleeping. People are sleeping. Dave Robinson. Hall of Famers don't always pop up that often. So, Hakeem. I mean, great photo with David Robinson. I've really started to pay attention to that. David Robinson, a very young Shaquille O'Neal. I think these are 94s. Just sick. Scoring Kings, one per box. I forget how big this set is, like 10 cards or something like that. We're gonna go from oldest to newest, year-wise. David Robinson promo card. Intense is Skybox 94 motion is the set. You get 2 per box. It's a 10 card set. PSA is definitely grading the normal cards harder. The promo you can tell it because it doesn't have a number here. And I submit a lot of intense cards. So I have people reaching out to me trying to complete sets. There's only 2 promo cards ever submitted. I think it's like a 10 and a 9. This is how they come. This one, you can just imagine trying to store this somewhere. Most more dinged up. Something on his face, or yeah, like a chunk of something. So most of the corners were jacked. You can see there's problems down here. I went through a bunch of these. So you can, yeah, see that crease? So most of these have some sort of corner issue. People just didn't store them very good. Another jacked. It's just a lot of jacked corners. So I bought probably all that I could find. They were kind of hard to find. Like 20. I just picked out the best ones. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of them. There's maybe one in there that has a shot for a 10. Maybe. And then maybe a couple 9s, and most of the I bet 60 to 70% of those are going to be 8s. And maybe a 7 or 2. Alonzo. These aren't submitted as much, so I actually have people reach out to me more about completing the sets on the ones that aren't submitted as often. So the 9 of like Alonzo will move almost quicker than a 9 of a Charles Barkley. Same with the Glenn, if you have a price right. It's getting harder and harder to find clean copies of those. Just because it is the way it is. Magic, I think his accolades will eventually finally be, this is 96 SPX. So Garnett has an XRC rookie in this. It's not like a true rookie, but people call it like an XRC. Hall of Heroes, so this is the insert, it's not the base. 2 of those. 95 is when Magic came back from the HIV thing for a while. Special editions, these are pretty hard to, not like super hard to find, but they're just not in auctions all the time. You're not going to see one every week. So I'm picking up a little Magic here and there. I have over the years. So Garnett's in it. With all these special editions, there's a gold version too. And the gold is, the special edition is in gold. So you don't see hardly any of these graded PSAs. There's just not that many of them out there. Hence I got one. High Hopes, 1 per 18, but it had to be in hobby boxes. There weren't that many hobby boxes made. This is Skybox Premium, 1995. Thing with Skybox Premium is it sticks really. I've opened probably 3 or 4 of the boxes. They'll stick like up here and down here, and then the backs are just a bugger too. So finally, I have a PSA 8 in my collection, and there's no PSA 8s or 9s listed right now. There's a 7 listed. So I think this card is way undervalued. But people don't know the Garnett market that well. Flair base, probably 3-4 times more rare than tops, but valued less. Doesn't make sense to me. The back's pretty cool. This is one of the inserts. He had 2 inserts. It was like class of 95 and then the Wave of the Future. I just think very artistic, the green on the green. And then the backs are pretty sick too. These jumped in price about 6 months ago. They go for at least $15 a card now. The raw does. So I've been picking them up just when I can get them for about 15. Sometimes they go for like 25. So I got 4 of those. Garnett. Lottery Exchange. When you get one of these packs, it says 1 in 25,000 made. I've opened the fresh packs, and most of the times they stick real bad. Especially on the Garnett, like it'll just rip almost the whole face of the card off, which is a bummer. The backs are always, you gotta really worry about chipping. You guys have seen these, and gals have seen these in my submissions. I think this is a sleeper card. It's going to take some time for people to learn the Garnett market and It's part of the reason I do these videos is I've learned as I've gone and my own education. This is the tempered steel. The texture on this card is fantastic. It's amazing. That's the bummer about PSA cases is you don't get to touch the card, but it's awesome card. The base I would not. I have one, but I wouldn't do it as an investment or anything like that, or a long-term hold. There's still a lot of metal boxes out there, and you see 1, 2, 3 boxes end every week. And I think there's just going to be a steady stream of base for quite a while. These are much harder to find. PSA 9s have started to peak around 80, 90 bucks. So I mean, compared to, I don't know, Jason Tatum, rare insert 9. I think the upside's much bigger on the Garnett. Electric Court, you get an Electric Court 1 per box, 36 packs. So it would take you probably 3, 4, 5 boxes to hit the Garnett like that. Starting lineup. 2 of these. I collect Kareem, so I got a decent amount of Kareem. Then how many of these? I just think this is I like artistic cards. The Jordans. I try to collect. You'll maybe see a theme. Jordan or Shaq need to be in the set, and if both are in the set, I think it's even better for the set or the insert to get recognition. Hakeem, I think his stuff is still undervalued, but that's just me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sometimes these have like a print line up here. Corners can be okay. '95 Flair Ultra, Double Trouble. You can see the difference in the gold medallion. So the gold medallion's more rare. The Jordan gold medallion, PSA 9, goes for about $125. I always liked this set because I can remember opening it as a kid. Flair Ultra was like $2, $3 a pack. Very affordable. Meltdown. These have only gone up, and I think people are starting to realize how hard they are to gem. Centering can be a bugger. Sometimes this is like really close to the bottom. And just corners and etching on the back. I picked this up for about $150. I got it before it went to auction. The guy was going to send it to auction. I would have never got it for $150 if he let it go to auction. It would have been $180 or something like that. Warp Speed. And then the Jordan. So the more rare versions, the members only stamp. On the penny, it's over here. The backs look the same on them. But what you have to look out for is the stamp. I had a penny and I just sold it to someone overseas. They paid pretty good money for it, so I'll submit another one. Beam Teams, 95. I think they're just sick cards. So the difference here, members only. These are like 3 times more rare, but they're not even. They're like 30% more in cost, which I don't think quite makes sense. I think people will eventually figure it out, but backs are the same. It's just that stamp. And I've bought one of these off someone that, and they came with a KOA, and it basically said that 750 sets were made. So how many of those were these? I mean, go try to find this card on eBay. It's not easy to find. L-Ayrton. I got this at a card show. It was, I forget. It was like $5, $6. I thought it was cheap. This is the co-signers. I think this is 1 in 192 packs. I can't remember if Tim Hardaway is a Hall of Famer, but I wanted an Hakeem on card pack pulled auto. I think the on card will eventually drive a premium. So the thing to watch on these is surface. It's hard to find clean surface like this. It's got a little thing right there. I thought this first one had something on it. I can't. Oh, it's this one. Right there. PSA is pretty tough on fronts. This back is like one of the cleanest backs I've ever seen. And then this is how you know the members only. Super rare. You don't see these pop up very often. And they go for about 30% more than this one. 3 times more rare, 30% more. That's the thing I'm trying to figure out. I think people are sleeping on it. It's me, not investment advice. So the one on the member only. These 2 cards came in. The guy sold me the whole set. He wouldn't let me just have the Jordan. And then the Garnett. Someone had 2 of these. He actually had 3, but the third was a jumbo. You can see the chipping. It's very prevalent. Corners. Say an 8 is a good grade on those cards. Jordan, Hardcourt, Heroics, 1 in 12. This set is like 10 cards, so 1 in 120 packs. Centering can be tough. I tried to pick out ones. This is pretty good centering. You do have to watch it a little bit top to bottom. And then you can see it a little bit on that one. Those are all pretty. Okay, yeah, this one. The printing, how it's not like, you'll see that sometimes. And then the sneaky thing I'll show you guys. Base, or what I would call base. And then that's your members only. So you can tell by how many I have. I try to pick the members out only. That's it. I like collecting rarity. And the backs of these are notorious for being chipped. But what I was first nervous when I started buying these is the corners always look a little rounded. Like that looks like a rounded corner, right? This is how they are made. And I think PSA's picked up on that, and they grade them fairly. A 9 of this goes for $300. A good raw copy is going to run you $50, $70. Hot list, I forget the pulls on these. Jordan's in it. Buying these raw, getting this acetate completely clean is. These cards take a while to clean. It's a bugger. It's a thing. Quickstrike. The fronts are really hard to get clean. The Jordan often has a print line here or up here. Surface issues like that are very common. But, I mean, this is what a 9 looks like typically. It's a pretty clean back. So this is no print lines there. And a fairly clean back. So this has got a shot at a 9, and this has got a shot at a 10, I think. holding court. I think someone had a couple of these and I was bidding on them, and this is the one I won. Cool etching. And I think the pull rate's like 1 in 200 packs. It's just crazy. They don't, I've looked at all of them. They don't say refractor or anything, but this is, I mean, from the shine, you can tell it's a refractor. So they do make 2 versions. Wish I would have found out about this card earlier. Xfractor, Tops, Chrome, 2008. Not too many cool later Julius Erving cards. I think this is one of his coolest. There's a refractor version and a base version. The kicker on the Xfractors are that 288. These run about 30-40 bucks. The refractor is around 20-30, and then the base around 10. So we're gonna move into 2008. So I'm going a little out of order. No worries. 96. That's row 2. Row 1, more rare. The row 1, row 2, row 0 thing is a little confusing because the rarity doesn't always hold true. Row 0, so this is kind of the most rare rookie cards in the 96. The front's really obvious to tell. I mean, on the back it always says. So on most of the rookie cards in 96, row 1 and row 2 are about the exact same rarity. But where the value difference comes down to is the picture most of the time. The 1 and the 2 on the Iversons, they're both very cool photos, so they both command about the same. The Ray Allen, the row 1 is not near as cool, and the same with the Kobe. So the row 2s actually command a little more. Class of 96. Even over camera, yeah, it's just like a very clean, classy look. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Nash. This is probably one of Nash's best rookie cards, I think, in my opinion. And these should run you at 10 to 18 bucks a piece. Watch out for corners. Star date. People know about those. Freshly forged. Like it was forged out of the metal. Like stamped out of it. I think they were like 1 per 24. I think these look cooler than the Kobe, but... And these are like $10, $20 cards. They've cooled off a little bit, but... It's metal. Cyber metal. These are also amazing to feel and touch. Great rookie class. Topps paper. I've talked about this before. It's twice as rare as the chrome version. The chrome looks a little cooler, but like green. Gold medallion. It's gotta have this. It'll be clearly. This is a little different color here, but this is the surefire. Centering from here to here is what to watch out for. Top to bottom sometimes, but it's typically bad left to right. Not many people know about this, but they made members only of this. You don't see them too often. You gotta have this though. Stadium Club. Pretty rare. These are all pretty cool. The player doesn't move a whole lot. There's the normal version and then there's the members only. AI rookie auto. It's got the scoreboard stamp. I've just heard rumors about a lot of these being fake. So this is the only one I bought. These are pretty rare too. Members only, came in like a 55 card pack. They didn't make a whole lot of them. And there's a peel that comes on them. I like it off. You get the etching, and they're nice cards. Hoops Gold. I was buying these, but most of them, there's something messed up on them. They're just kind of fragile cards. So, I mean, these might only be 8s. You got some stuff up there. So what the 8s and 9s are going for, I'd just rather buy graded than buy and continue down this road. Vortex 96. People try to complete sets, so it's 1 in 36. Back's always really hard. Jordan's gone through, not through the roof, but it's a pricey card anymore. 97. I think the 97 row ones are just gorgeous cards. Hakeem. We got just a couple little more stacks. So we're almost through. Muhammad Ali. George Foreman. Larry Holmes. These are the ones I'm not smitten. Ray Mercer. It's kind of cool, but it's slanted. Holyfield versus Foreman. Tommy Morrison was a big deal when I was a kid. Riddick Bowe. I mean, that's a big name, so maybe it's worth submitting Riddick Bowe. I don't know. Came on this. Heavyweight holograms. So 35. I don't know if that's a lot or a little, especially when you consider Ali. Not many of these graded. Sometimes it can be hard to find. I just went and looked, and they're not super hard to find on eBay right now. I don't think they'll last long. So I had to kind of wait on this one to get a decent price, but they're KOs if you're looking for them. KO cards. I think they're cool cards. I found this in my childhood collection. Came in a Kellogg's Apple Jacks box. Electric Court. Great photos. There's a gold version of these too. It's a little hard to tell online, but this is like completely gold. It should look like his name there if it's gold. Decent packs. Two versions of this. There's a members only. You won't see these often. I mean, you can see some corner stuff. These are really hard to get in clean copies. I think I paid like $90 for both of these. And a raw copy that's probably nicer than both of these. Just went for a lot, like $170. I just got this in a lot when I was buying some Ray Allen stuff. Just the rarity, I'm going to submit it. These are pretty well known. Plant metals, they've gotten hot. The Jordan of this has gotten hot. So SPX Excitement 99. There's an Excitement, an Extreme, and something else. Skybox Premium. People don't realize how short printed these are. The Dirks are going for like 30 bucks raw. They've come down a little bit, like 20, but the backs are all black, so they're hard to get nice copies. Yeah, that corner's got like a little white, a little rounded, but I'm okay with an 8. Ionics Upper Deck. This is the base. It's called the Electrics, but it's still base. The Kinetics kind of, it's not a refractor, but it's an insert. I think it's a nice color match on both of them. So, Dirk. Row 2, 98. Much more rare than row 1. Probably like 4 times, maybe 5 times more rare. Maybe 6 times. You don't see these pop up much. They're, yeah. Clear Vision. I forget what year this is. 2015. LeBron. I was picking them up, but then I was just seeing a lot of dinged corners. Got a little cookie batch of 05, and I like this stamping. So this is the playoff ticket. So Julio, Refractor. Refractor second year. Xfractor second year. Refractor third year. I collect, my team's the Chiefs because I'm from Missouri, grew up in Missouri. So Mahomes is a little pricey to collect. I mean, you can get these cheap. Refractors, I think I picked these up for $3-4 bucks. Let's just see what I have over here. So 3. People here love them or hate them. Kaepernick. Xfractor. 2017 is Mahomes rookie year, so I do collect 2017. It's the Hyperplaid out of 199. Kelsey 17 Select. Yeah, Field Level, which is the rare, the Prism. Ditto here. Started to pick up a little more football. 17 Donruss Elite out of 99. And just a cool card. Very affordable. Optic. Probably orange is what it's called. Out of 199, 2017. 17. Playoff. 249. This is, I don't know if it's optic or it's maybe just contenders. A little out of order here. 2013. Blue's more rare than green, and there's a red version too. I can't remember which ones. I've opened 2013 score on the channel, so if you want to check that out. Fat packs are a better deal. You get more hits. 2002. This is Jordans are like $1,000 raw, numbered out of 500. So I think it's pretty obvious who I collect. If you guys watch my videos, but every once in a while I go a little out. 2003, LeBron's rookie year, great etching. This is the Refractor Game Worn, which I think will become a bigger thing eventually. Out of 250. I was picking these up for like 20, 25 bucks, but then like they doubled because more people were starting to find out about them. The PSA will let you submit thicker cards like this, where the other cards are not too keen on it. This is base, but game worn, and it's out of $9.99. So I was getting those for like $20, $25. Got this at a card show. It was like in a, not a bulk deal, but a couple card deal. Game used bad or something like that. Out of $49. Thought it was cool. Dirk. A decent amount of his stuff for quite a while was game worn, which I think is cool. I mean, how they color matched it and everything like that. These cards are just sick. $250. This one I got pretty recently. It's Blazers uniform, but I'm not sure if he'll be a Hall of Famer or not. $250. Court Kings, I really like them. There's like a canvas texture on these cards. I've never opened them. It's out of my price range, but $2.99. Rookie at $25. Matt Ryan. $99. This one's got like a real bad, yeah. See that crease there? I don't know what the person did. I'm still gonna submit it. So one other little pile is just like, these are like low grades. Stuff I had sitting around. These were really cool. 95. But it's mashed up pretty bad. The emeralds, the corners, both of them have real bad dings on them. Bends. The signature is much better there. The ruby got a decent price, but it's got like surface issues, you can see. Paid like 50 bucks, but I mean, just trying to get one. Good luck. This card's a little jacked. This is members only. And then just some older vintage I have laying around. But these are all low grades here. So that's all the stuff I have prepped for submitting, or that I've done over the last 6 months. The next video will be the other raw stuff that just didn't make the cut. I maybe just need to hold on to it longer, or maybe I sell it raw. Feel free to hit the like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, please tell me why you didn't. Or if you something you want to see more of, just let me know. Later.